over the different places we're gonna be open to the public for open house. So to start off, welcome to orientation. Thank you all very much for volunteering. We do really appreciate it. It's gonna make this event very wonderful. So for just a little bit of an overview of JSU, as most of you are very familiar, we were founded in 1946, so next year we'll be celebrating our 80th anniversary. It was first started as the Japanese Resettlers Committee by the Japanese Americans who were in Chicago to help with the resettled Japanese Americans coming out of the internment camps and being brought to Chicago. And they really saw a need to help with housing, with clothing, with learning English, and finding jobs for these Japanese Americans. So they created the resettlement committee, and it has become JSC as the years have gone on. So those specific needs really point to the different programs and activities that we do. Especially our social services programs, like our adult day service, which is downstairs, and we'll go over that, and then our home support services, where we have homemakers go into clients' houses and help them with their daily cleaning and grocery shopping and laundry and things like that. And our mission is to engage people of all ages in Japanese culture and heritage while providing essential home services that promote dignity, independence, and community. So the date of the event, unfortunately I will not be able to be there, but you'll have all of these staff members present that will be able to assist you for any needs that you have during the day of. So the open house managers will be Jen, Troutbetter, and Trisha here. They are the people to go to if there's any problems. You talk to your floor supervisor, and then they'll escalate it to Jen and Trisha, or if you see them walking around, feel free to bring anything to them. The volunteer coordinator is Donna, who is right here on command. Perfect. She will be the day of contact. If you have any questions about your specific role or what you're supposed to be doing, Donna is the girl to go to, the woman. And then the cultural coordinator, Yuri, she is helping facilitate a number of the activities that are going on both Saturday and Sunday. So she'll be really focused on those. So if you have any questions about them, if anybody wants to know when they are or anything, and you need more information, Yuri's a woman to go to. And then Ken will be at the event on Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 3, and he will be in the Legacy Center. So he is an expert on our Legacy Center, and all questions regarding that can go to him. The lower level floor manager will be Tomoko. She is our Dongri Kai coordinator, so she is all things children's programming. She'll be down, she's like the floor supervisor, so if you have any questions about our children's programming or anything to bring up when people ask questions in the lower level, she is the woman to go to. And then Ruby Grillier at the bottom, she is going to be here on Sunday, and she'll be the floating manager. So you'll see her around on every floor, and she will be, you can direct any and all questions to her as well. So now to go over each role, because when you're here for multiple different shifts, you'll have multiple different roles. So it's good to know all of them. The parking lot attendant, of course, at first would be standing out in our main parking lot here and helping direct cars to any empty spaces that we might have. However, that parking lot might fill up. So we do have access to the lot next door with the church lot. So you can help, we'll have signs and everything to put up, but you can help direct people to that lot. And and then there's like a specific way to get around the fence that we'll also go over. So just make sure people don't get lost in the parking lot, and it's a good way to be like a nice friendly face for people right when they walk in the door. And then we'll have the heavier traffic time slots, like 11:30 to 3:30. We have a number of volunteers, so we're able to have a photographer and videographer. If you're assigned that and don't have any special equipment, don't worry, because you can use your phone. But it'd be great to, and even the docents, if you have an opportunity, like snap a picture, doesn't have too many people's faces in it, and just show how people are interacting with the building, that would be wonderful, and we'll have an email for you to send all of those kinds of pictures to. So, and then we will have the counter is one of the most, it is a very important role. They're all very important roles. But the Open House Chicago has requested that we count every person that comes in to the event both days. So we will have someone stationed at the parking lot door, which will be the only entrance, and they will be using a counter to mark how many people enter through that door. Now, Open House Chicago does have, like, if you volunteer for Open House Chicago, you get to have a special entry into all of the buildings. So we will have a little staunch, what is it? It's like, we'll have something, I'll show it to you, that will kind of separate, get people to make a single file and enter, and that will designate the second line for the people who have the special fast passes. They'll get to just go up to that line, but those people also do need to be counted. Very important. But that we'll explain that as we go through the areas, and then it'll be much clearer the day of when we have everything set up the way it needs to be. And then the greeters, when those high traffic times, as mentioned earlier, when we have more volunteers, we'll also be able to have a greeter who's able to assist the counter and also help out. They can go in between the parking lot attendant and the counter to make sure the flow is coming in nicely, and that everything, they'll just be like a go-between and an extra hand, and also to maybe check on the floors to make sure that the mud and everything isn't causing too much of a problem, especially on Saturday when it is a higher chance of snow and rain. What else?
Snow.
This rain, guys. Yes. And this brings us to our docents. So the docents will be stationed on their designated floor, and they'll just be able to walk around and answer any questions that people might have about that specific floor, what it's mainly used for, and how it contributes to the different things that JASC provides. So for the lower level of the basement, that is where is really our children's programming, cultural programs, and it's where we have our cooking classes. So we can, in your packet, it really kind of goes over the different programs that we have, and so you'll be able to, and feel free to bring this packet with you the day of if you ever need to reference something, because there are frequently asked questions and fun facts about JASC included in there. But you can go over we have Tampopo Kai for 0 to 5-year-olds, and it's a Japanese cultural and language program, and that'll actually be going on Saturday morning. So that's another thing. If you're a lower level docent, please direct people away from the big activity room from 9:30 when it starts, when people come, to about 10:30, 11, because Tampopo Kai will be going on with preschoolers, so it'd be best to not disturb them, but people will be able to go around in the hallways and look at the staff lounge and where the cooking classes are held. And then the first floor we will enter, that is the best place to talk about our social services, human services, our adult day services takes place down there, and it also is our legacy center is down there. And you can talk about like the architecture of the building itself, and we'll go over more of those fine points while we're walking through there. And then the second floor, this floor, is like our office floor. So it has the different conference rooms that you're in right now, and also like the staff areas. So you can talk about like the admin, I guess. I don't know if to talk about that. But the highlights are the mural, and always tell people about our Holiday Delight event. It's going to take place November 21st. Trisha?
22nd, isn't it?
That's good, Pam. I was testing you. 22nd, yes. November 22nd, Saturday, and everyone and anyone is welcome to come. It'll be a very fun event with vendors and for food and all kinds of Japanese artifacts and clothes, and our Tompopo, all of our programs will be highlighted there. There might be some singing and dancing. Well, there will be. And it'll just be a great occasion. And then just go over generally JASC. So going back to the cultural activations that Yuri-san she'll be doing the tea ceremony demonstration, which is on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the first floor. So anyone's able to participate in that as they're walking through. She'll also be doing an origami station. It's a hands-on activity on Saturday from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Believe. And then there'll also be an architecture talk. The building's architect will be in this room, the second floor conference room, on Sunday. Oh, yes, 1:30 to 2:30. All right, and then just to briefly go over some like guidelines for the day. If you don't mind arriving early, about 15 to 30 minutes. Now, if you're here at 9:30, the event doesn't start until 10. So 15 minutes is definitely, 15 minutes is okay to arrive because you'll be arriving early, but any other shift, 30 minutes arriving before is preferred so that you're able to like check in with the person that has your job after that you're filling in for, and like going over anything that they might have experienced or anything, so you can be prepared for your shift. You'll be able to put all of your personal belongings in the reception closet, and I'll show you that. It is a little bit of a smaller closet, so don't bring any like huge, even if you do, you'll be able to put it in there, but just be mindful of having space for everyone's belongings. Of course, a jacket or like you can change your shoes or anything will be able to go in there. And then it's also important to stay at your post even if traffic slows, just to make sure that all the guests have an opportunity to look to somebody to talk to, and that their experience is good no matter what. And then the dress code isn't much of a dress code, but just be business casual. Definitely wear comfortable shoes because no matter what, you'll be standing most of the time. And just be happy and welcoming to all the guests, which I know everyone here is very good at. And then feel free to ask any questions. The reason that we go over the staff members is so that you're familiar with who is going to be doing what, so you can feel comfortable asking people any questions that you might have. And then just, I know this is not a problem, but just be welcoming and respectful to everyone who comes and your fellow volunteers and staff members. But that concludes the little walkthrough of our handbook, and of course you have access to this volunteer packet. You can study it or not, you can bring it in or not, whatever you like to do to feel prepared for this weekend. Be my guest. I would like to go over a little bit for those of us here, the assignments. Shimako, you're here on Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have you docent.
Do you have a printout for this? Or-
Yes,
Okay.
I'll print it out and then I can also email it to you. Do you mind? Yeah. Okay, I'll email everyone out and just their own assignments instead of having it on this long list. I just didn't have time to do that before this meeting, if you don't mind, but I appreciate you sticking with me. But yes, let's go ahead and start the tour. Do we have any questions or anything? Moment? You can leave your stuff in here if you like. We'll be returning. Our legacy center, I believe. It's a Japanese book. Okay, so this is the second floor, the office space. With these will be cleared off and everything. One of the things, if you're the second floor docent, would you mind like walking around, because like our cubicles will not be covered, or like our items will not be locked away. So just like being a surveying person to make sure no one's like going through our stuff would be wonderful. But the talking points for up here is this amazing community mural. It's one of my favorite things about this building. So it was commissioned for the 60th anniversary of JASC, and it was created by community members and artists, of course, that they got together and really wanted to encapsulate the Japanese American experience and like the different symbols from past all the way to the future. So the first part really is like a lot of different symbols that that talk about the incarceration. So you see like the tags and the different symbols. Like this is a symbol that they used a lot to show the incarceration, and then this was a picture that was very prominently, like it was put on the newspapers and everything. And then this shows the camps and all of the locations of the camps here. And then this highlights the lotus flower. So JSC's our symbol is the lotus flower, and it is that way because the lotus is a very resilient plant, and it blooms in even the toughest of places, even in the dirt. So it symbolizes that Japanese Americans and the people that JSC are supporting are resilient and they're able to blossom anywhere. And then this is the future, and I like to say the present of JSC because it was created 20 years ago. So it's the Crane's wing is going up into the old JSC building in Clark Street. JSC was, if you don't know, JSC was on the exact address is dismissing is, but anyway, we were at 50 years at a warehouse location in Clark Street and Uptown. So we just moved here in October of last year.
Wow.
Yeah, so this highlights the different aspects of JSC. We had a dojo in the old building where they did taiko, and we singing and dancing and different cultural displays and cooking, of course, and taiko performance. And I love this dog. I don't know the significance of it, but it's just the cutest thing in the world. So this mural is a wonderful depiction of what we'd like to really put out at JSC. And then we'll go a little bit more through different highlights that you can talk about. This is a Legacy Center suite. We are about to move in our legacy archives and everything, so it is a little bit messier in there. We might be closing that door, but that is to be determined. And then we have our mailroom here. I do believe this door will be closed too, just because there's nothing really interesting about a mailroom. And we have a lot of like supplies and everything. But then here are the bathrooms. This will be a
So is
great
this like men's only room?
M-A-I-L, mailroom, yeah.
Haha.
This room is men's only. That's
Oh,
a
that
men's
one's
as
men's- okay,
well,
okay.
yes.
That's the
This
male
one's
room.
the female room, the bathrooms. People will be probably very interested in going to those as well. And then back in this hallway, we have our home support services office. Sorry, she's on the phone.
I'll email it right now.
Programs
and
manager's office.
if I go
She does all of our programs. And then when people ask about this is 1,000 cranes that was donated for the 75th anniversary, and someone folded 1,000 cranes for us.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that would be
So,
even just like a.
it was very cool. But, so the second floor, you can really highlight our home support services. We have about 60 homemakers, including Donna Sagami, who's right behind you. And they go into people's homes and help take care of their daily living needs, like company and cleaning and anything that they need for them, except for no medical care. We do not do medical care. But it is a wonderful and amazing aspect of JASC, and that is most of our employees are homemakers as well. And then we have our CEO's office is here, Courtney Sakai, and then Trisha, our Director of Operations, who you all met, that is her office here. And then this is our finance office. Thank you, Donna. And then this is a spare office we don't really have. We call it the development office because we had our development person there for a while. But that kind of concludes with the second floor. So we'll move on to the first floor. All of these doors will be propped open, but one thing, and then people will be able to use the stairwells, of course. If people need to use the elevators are a little bit finicky and slow. So if anyone says anything about them, I'll show you here today. If anyone asks anything about them, just reassure them that it is safe. It is a working elevator. It might just be slow. And to be mindful of that, just because people might be, and if they need to use the elevator, it might take a while, as it is right now. Yes. Do we have any questions coming to mind at the moment?
That was okay. Here you go. You guys can go. Oh,
Yeah, go
you
ahead.
got you? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
That's the end. Oh.
See, they are a little funky, and that just happens. The
Yeah.
doors will open, but it's still working. That's just the normal operation of the elevators.
That's hard landing.
Yes,
too.
and then there's a hard landing. So reassuring people like, hey, it's okay. Like, yes, this is normal. That might be very useful. Okay. So this main door. Hello, Tess.
Ellie?
Yes. Oh, Clara. Welcome in. Yes, you're in perfect timing. You're doing the tour.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Hello, Clara. Hello. We can go back over the assignments for each day upstairs, but we're going over each floor and what they are designated to do. So people will be coming in through this door, and we'll be using, these are the staunch things